Yay. I'm back once again. We're gonna talk about Terians, man. Talk about these Terians, all these different Terians. And we're not on the ABC. We're not on the ABCs right now. I ain't skipping, and y'all ain't missed nothing. I'm just trying to lay down a firm foundation for you. So as we go through this, you'll have something to build on. You don't just jump out there blind. You want to be as well informed as you can. So what I'm talking about, Terians. Terians, I'm talking about vegetarians, starchitarians, fruitarians, breatharians, all these different Terians. We all know, what the first part of the word is. Do everybody know what Terian is? Terian come from tear. That's the first thing you hear. Tear. Terran. Taurin. Terran means to consume. From Zorin or Zerin. Zeran. To destroy. So we just talking about tearing up some shit. Tearing the flesh, ripping the skin off, vegetables, meat, whatever you eat, whatever first words you put in it, you're talking about consuming or tearing it up. What we say, I'm about to tear it up. Hungry. Okay? So, still, some of us don't understand about the first part of the word. Some people think they vegetarians and they really starchitarians. Or some people think they fruitarians and they really vegetarians, like I said. Or vegetarians and they really fruitarians. So if you're going to get into them labels and terms, you should know what you're dealing with. Even if you don't label yourself, you still need to have a basis and a foundation because you're going to be around these people and you still want to be healthy. So that's really what we're talking about, is being healthy. Not about what you call yourself or what you label yourself. But since most people identify with these Terians, we're going to discuss them. Vegetarian, obviously, is a person who, well, not so obvious. See, that's why I'm doing the video. Because the average person think a vegetarian just means you don't eat no meat. And a lot of people who consider themselves vegetarians live like that. They might stop at McDonald's and get some fries, go somewhere else later on and get some breadsticks, go to Pizza Hut, get some breadsticks. Like, we get a honey bun, get some donuts, some chips. That's vegetarian. If you think all that means is I don't eat meat. But in reality, what you are is a starchitarian. Because vegetarian means that your diet consists of mostly vegetables. So that means the majority of what you eat is vegetables. Now, so that's self-explanatory for what starchitarian is. That means you eat mostly starch. Bread, rolls, tofu, soy meat, pasta, rice, starch. Y'all know what starch is. If it ain't a fruit or a vegetable, a nut or a seed, then it's probably starch. And we discussed that there are some grains that are good for you, so I'm not telling you to eliminate grains or carbohydrates from your diet. We're just talking about processed starches, because that's what you usually end up on as a vegetarian. The soy meat, the veggie burgers, the veggie dogs, the fake this, the that. So it's very easy when you're transitioning to get into a starchitarian diet and think you're a vegetarian. That's what I'm trying to say. So by the same token, a fruitarian is a person who eats mostly fruit. Now, if you refer back to do you know what a fruit is, then, like I said, you might be consuming a bunch of fruits and thinking you eating vegetables. So you could also be a vegetarian that's actually a fruitarian. if you're not getting all your green leafy vegetables, your seed vegetables, your greens, your plants, along with your grains, your nuts, your seeds, balance is what we're looking for. So, what's left? A breatharian or breatharian. Like I said, I don't know which one it is because I don't even know if that shit is real. I know one brother who met a girl who dated a girl who said she was a breatharian, but she wasn't a breatharian when he met her. She was eating. So he didn't get to see her during this breatharian stage, which he lived off air. Because that's what it means. If you're a breatharian, it means you just live off air. And you can drink water, which he said was cheating, but there's oxygen in water. So it's really cheating because if you live off air, which by definition, I guess you live off mostly air, so I guess you could have some other things. But if you think vegetarian means you only eat vegetables, nothing else, no grains, no nuts, no seeds. See, that's why we don't say vegetarian means you only eat vegetables. Or fruitarian means you only eat, the majority of your diet. Because I would never recommend no diet like where you only eat nothing. Holistic means whole. We have to be balanced. So those are the Aryans, the most common ones that I know of. And like I say, it's important that if you know that if you transitioning, that you know where you at. Then vegan. I mean, maybe we can talk about vegan too. I'm sure people know, if you heard about vegan. What's the difference? A lot of people want to know what the difference between vegan and a vegetarian. If you're just coming into it, that can be confusing. Vegetarians, since they don't really are only required by definition to consume a majority of fruits and vegetables, then that don't exclude them from eating animal byproducts. So a vegetarian might consume milk or cheese or eggs. Some even eat fish and chicken and don't consider that because that's fowl and seafood, not meat per se. So a vegan doesn't consume any animal byproducts, period. And if you're strict vegan, then you don't wear no leather. You ain't using no shampoos and conditioners and things that's been tested on animals. No soaps that's been tested on animals, or things that's been derived from animal fats, and no honey, because that's an animal byproduct from the bees. It's a little more strict. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, nothing got to do with animals, period. So that's the vegan stance, which I think really should be the same as vegetarian. If you call it including other stuff in it, then I see that it should be just one thing. But anyway, that's the different sects. Those are the Terians. So be aware of what you are and where you at so that you can be healthy. I see a lot of overweight vegetarians. Like, it took me a while to figure out how that's possible. I saw a show one time, some Biggest Loser type of shit. Might have been the Biggest Loser, I don't know. But there was 3 generations of overweight vegetarians: a grandmother, the mother, and the daughter. And they were all overweight and they were all vegetarians. So that was like, wow. But when I saw what they were eating, I was like, oh, okay. Cakes, pies, cookies, fried stuff. Like I said, you can fry some tofu, you can fry mushrooms, you can fry cauliflower, you can fry any kind of vegetables, you can fry whatever, you can bake all kind of stuff. There's a lot of things you can still eat and still consider yourself a vegetarian. Like I say, if all you think that means is omitting meat. So they ended up being overweight. So like I say, I see that in the community, and I see that most of those people are starchitarians. And I see vegetarians with deficiencies also. Let's talk about that. because a lot of people are going to talk about deficiencies and vegetarians not getting the right amount of vitamins. And I know a lot of vegetarians on supplements, taking multivitamins and different vitamin complex vitamins, B complex, and all this type of stuff. Okay. When you get some vitamins, first thing you should notice that it tells you that this is a dietary supplement, supplementing something you are missing from your diet. So if you we're getting this vitamin or nutrient from your diet, you would no longer need the pills. So vitamins and stuff, I used to think was just part of being healthy. Like I had to have that along with my food. I had to go stop at the herb store and get me these vitamins and minerals and all kind of stuff. I used to have all kind of stuff until I started getting more strict. The more I got into the vegetables and less away from the starch, then the less I had to depend on the supplements. But it's not just the vegetables. Like I say, the nuts and seeds. A lot of your fats and so-called protein come from these nuts and seeds and these grains. Like I say, these whole grains, these alkaline grains that you got to have. So that's the balance. And so we have to be aware of that. Can't just eat fruit. Got to have fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds and grains. Can't just be stuck on nothing. So stop thinking as a Terian and just be. Be you, be healthy, and be free. Peace, y'all.